name?
Charlotte Moore Sizemore.
Jack Eugene Sizemore.
Red's my nickname.
Big Red.
Big Red.
Red, yeah.
What's your full name?
What was that? I had all kinds of nicknames.
Froggy, Froggy,
Yeah,
Froggy.
Froggy.
What's your...
Used to play
Go ahead,
basketball and jump, and they used to call me Froggy.
Because you jump high?
Well, I could jump for the ball.
January the 20th, 1935.
December 18th, 1935.
Bishop, Virginia. Big town of Bishop.
Town.
Bishop.
I.T.
Like
No, it
Greensboro.
was we had a school, and we had a principal, Grover L. Strong. He come from the Burke's Garden, Virginia, and he had us playing ball, and that's where I got to loving basketball.
Yeah.
And I played in the high school, when I got bigger. And let's see, I think I worked in a dime store, I believe.
I worked in the drive-in theater.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember how much you got paid?
25 cents an hour.
And, oh boy, we've got a lot of memories. Born in Virginia, in a coal mining town. You had a bunch of neighbors, and you had good people there. You could leave your windows up when you went off, and they'd come in and put them down for you. And we always had good neighbors. And we had a garden, and we had kept pigs.
Mm-hmm.
You had pigs?
Yeah, we had pigs. We had pigs, and we had cows. Mommy milked the cows every morning, so we always had good old milk, and Mom had a garden. They had a garden every year. We had a good life, and we thought we were poor, but we were so rich. We always went to Grandma's every Sunday and had a good meal. I don't care what we had, but it was good.
My good friend Glenn Nash had his wife, and they were riding along. Charlotte was in there, and he stopped and picked me up, and Charlotte was all over me. And,
Oh, yeah, that's all.
no, that's how we got together.
Well, he went to West Virginia schools to begin with, but we met I was a senior that year, and that's when I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And you were older. You're older than Papa is.
I'm a year older.
Oh, okay.
January,
10 months.
and his is December. But anyway, I'm the boss, you see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
Just a little one?
that was the first night.
The first night that you met?
Yeah.
Well, about 10 years, wasn't it, Jack?
No, it was when I went
6 years.
overseas.
6 years.
Mm-hmm. How long were you overseas for?
It was over 13 and a half months.
Yeah, we went to a ball game that night
What
down in
ball game?
Bristol, Virginia.
Right, I say we got married, went to the ball game, come back, and I was gone to Korea.
I worked in the bank the whole time.
Did you like where you worked?
Oh, yes. No, I think I was very happy with the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked most of the people, I worked with.
You liked counting that money up, huh?
Yeah, boy. I like that, counting that money.
Ooh, I still miss that job. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Was it crazy?
No, I went crazy.
Uh-huh. Do you remember?
She was the prettiest little old baby.
Do you remember where she was born?
Down here, wasn't it, Mama?
Moses Cone. Well, Jack's cousin kept her. And I took her over there every day. She was a good woman that kept her. She was a real good friend. We went to the beach with them. One night they came over here from the mall. Becky was working at J.C. Penney's, I believe. Anyway.
Yeah.
Here a bunch comes in, didn't even speak to me or nothing. Went to the bathroom, and I didn't know what was going on. They didn't say a word. It was a gang of them.
She'd whine and cry and wanted to go with me and do this and do that. And I couldn't take her all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to feel bad by not being able to take her.
One morning I come up and she was ready to go somewhere. She was getting ready to skip school. But I called her. I stayed a little earlier that morning.
It used to be about 13, 15 boys and girls come over here to the house, and they'd play hide and go seek and all that.
In the backyard.
Yeah, all over behind those houses over there. Nobody ever said anything. But it was good. I'd call out there and say, all right, let's knock it off.
She had a little dog, Brownie. And anyway, he was real sick. And I think he died later on. But that's the only dog I believe only dog she had. Oh boy, she was a mess.
Was she crazy?
Yeah, she was.
Feisty. Knew everything.
You know why your grandpa quit smoking? He was smoking when she was born. But anyway, the reason he quit smoking, he got up one morning, we was still in bed, and she had her little hands up in here smoking in a cigarette.
She wasn't smoking. She had a cigarette in her mouth. It wasn't lead or anything.
It was like a bud.
And she was right over there.
And she had that
leaning
coffee
up
in her
against
hand,
the
didn't
chair
she?
with her little leg crossed. Sitting there with the cigarette butt in her, between her fingers. I said, oh Lord. I said, I've got to quit smoking. 2 days later, I was quit. I'd quit.
Yeah, we liked T.L. when he come over. She had a boyfriend before that, was Herbie. And And Lord, like today, I killed Daddy. He wouldn't want Mommy to get married.
Yeah.
She was too young. Just make sure you're sure of the thing. Because, did we ever talk about separating or anything, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
We was for sure, it was gonna last, or we thought it was. I don't know.
Well, you've been
Sometime-
married a little over 60 years now. I guess
Yeah.
it might work out. I don't know. Make sure your heart knows where your time is.
Mm-hmm.
Always be ready to do for them.
Yeah.
Just like I do now. Wait around. Man, don't be over. And where are you at now?
Oh, I'm scared to death. Well, you've got to be committed to one another and make sure that you really love the person. We had our good times and our bad times. I'm always thinking about Mr. Jack.
Always be there for you, bride. Yeah. Bride could be anything.
Now, I didn't come over and hit you.
Can you hear me?
Quit
Can you hear
it.
me?
Quit it. See what I have to put up with all the time.
Get along. Do what the other wants to do, whether you like it or not. Just give in. When your mama was born,
Mm-hmm.
the best one.
What else after
And
she
the
was born?
chillins.
The chillins.
The chillins. Yeah,
The grandchildren.
Oh.
their children.
Mm-hmm.
My grandchildren.
Who's your favorite grandchild? Is it me?
No, it's me and.
Sissy.
She's not even here.
She's the firstborn.
Yeah.
And the girl. Who's yours?
Love, you know.
Oh, appreciate it, man. I feel the love in here.
Yeah, I feel.
Then I love my grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Emma says, give him a whipping. Give him a whipping. And do the best you can at anything you undertake to do. I was always taught to, whatever you had, to try to save a little bit. Because you never know what you might need for a rainy day. And we seen it back in the coal mining day. They were on strike a lot. And so, Dad had to work. Anytime he could get work, he worked.
Well, I never did want for money. Because I had coin everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
By collecting old coins and stuff, I could sell one of them things right now and make a good hump.
Mm-hmm.
So I think God's been good to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to thank God for everything we got.
This is the only house we've owned. We bought this house and paid for it within a year. And so I saved the money while he was in service. I went to Myrtle Beach, Virginia Beach.
With who?
My best friend, Carolyn.
Uh-huh. What'd y'all do?
Well, Jack's family was up there. And he met me at a place, and we went shopping.
We was in a cabin
Oh, okay.
up there in the woods.
What was the cabin like?
Oh, Lord.
It was right good.
Mm-hmm.
We was with Clyde and Duffy. They had wheels all the rock. We went on a lot of vacations with Clyde and Tuffy up in the mountains. I maybe should have taken jobs that I shouldn't have, earlier in life. But I didn't like to be bossy.
Well, at the time, I think, man, that filthy.
Mm-hmm.
Just messed it up, blah, blah, blah. But everything works out if you let it.
Yeah.
Of my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And her family.
Miss Becky.
Well, my family is mainly Becky. Always had the children.
Miss Becky.
Miss
You
Becky.
all, you and Hunt Man and Sissy.
But I wouldn't give anything for my life because I had a good one.